y'all, it's your favorite host, AybrielBTV, and welcome to another episode of Down and Dirty. Today, we're going to talk about entrepreneurship, the struggles and rewards of being an entrepreneur, how to get started, and maybe some advice for you guys wanting to start your own business. But before we get started, of course, you want to know who this amazing cast is. I'll let them introduce themselves.
I'm Peter Plug. I'm the owner of Kingdom Records and Productions, and also I have transportation as well. Just hit me up on Instagram.
Okay.
Hey everybody, I'm Jaila, the owner of Curls on Crack, where we specialize in natural and organic hair care products.
Yes, I love it.
Right. Hey y'all, my name is Asalh Scruggs. I do media production and animation. I have my own animated series called Diamond and Dre.
Okay.
I'm making myself. I do voiceovers. I do a lot. So hopefully we get into that.
Okay, I love it. All right, let's loosen up. Let's get started. Y'all ready to get started?
I'm ready.
All right. What would you guys say the hardest part about being an entrepreneur is?
Discipline.
Stay consistent.
For sure.
Okay, talk
I
about it.
think really discipline, because it's no one over you to tell you to wake up. It's no one there to tell you go make this order. You know, like you can just say I don't want to do it. You can just say I don't want to do it, and then it's 2 days later you like
I didn't do it.
Yeah,
Right.
that
It's
discipline.
It's the being your own boss part, like you said, because it's like sometimes people forget, like even when you're at work, somebody's evaluating you. So you have to evaluate you. So you have to be honest with yourself too. Like, am I really doing what I said I was going to do? Like, am I faking? Am I going through the motions? Or am I really like putting in the work?
Product, right.
Yeah. And that's, that's hard.
And you said being consistent. Talk about that.
Being consistent is key. You gotta take the good with the bad. You know, some days you're gonna have rainy days. Some days it's gonna be sunny. But most of all, like I want to tell all entrepreneurs, save.
Save.
Save your money, yeah.
On that note, I think also it's shown a lot of people don't see like the struggle part, that saving part, or that staying down part. It's like a lot of people think entrepreneurship is the escape from
your
working. Your 9 to 5. You're about to be a millionaire tomorrow. No. Like when you read stories or just people you actually know, family members, it takes years before you're able to really reap everything you've sown and really enjoy the fruits of your labor. So I agree with you.
Yeah, save your money. And I feel like you have to work that 9 to 5 sometimes to get, unless you have money somewhere else. But
part-time and entrepreneurship.
Exactly. It's a struggle. So I like that you guys said staying consistent, being your own boss. So when you think about your own journey, of course you take the highs and lows. What did you have to learn along your journey in order, that developed you to be the business owner you are today?
Ooh, so much.
Perseverance.
Perseverance. Okay, talk about it.
Just like they mentioned, waking up and, you got to be your own boss. No one's going to tell you what to do. So for the most part, just stay focused, continue to do what you have to do.
Right.
And a lot of times being an entrepreneur, you got to balance like your own personal life along with that. So, that can be draining, but like I said, just stay positive.
Right.
Like I keep a positive mindset.
I think don't wait for approval. Like your family and your friends, a lot of people think their family and friends are going to be the first people. Those are the last people.
Yes.
I've been doing this for 3 years, and it's like now it's people in my family just now starting to buy my products.
Exactly.
Now it's like, oh, you for real now? Like
I was for real
people
then.
right. It's been a real thing, but it's like now all of a sudden they see more progress. So it's like, oh, let me shop from you now. Like now they trust it, but it's like those strangers or people you don't know are going to be the ones there for you. So don't wait for approval, because if you're looking for your closest people to be holding you up, that's not
you're gonna be waiting for a while.
Yeah, you're gonna be waiting for a while.
Right.
And one woman told me that she was like, you gotta remember, like your friends and family aren't gonna make you a millionaire either. Like they not gonna be the ones to do it. So don't put too much stock into it. But I would say networking for sure. That's like once I really understood, like at first I'd be like, oh my gosh, I gotta go network, I gotta meet all these people. But then I was like, okay, just like relax and just like let it be natural and really like find the people who are right for you. Because collaborating, just talking to somebody, they could give you a gem that really puts you in the next, in the next step. So don't sleep on that. Your relationships is big. It's key.
And that's what I was going to say. I think that a lot of of people have mixed views about networking. That, you know, I think that when you are networking, be intentional when you're networking, because sometimes people are networking just to get ahead, and it's like that person isn't your key, you know, or that person may not be your ride.
Exactly.
So it's like, take what they're saying, you know, with a grain of salt, and then keep moving. So I think that, talk about networking. Is it important? Y'all think it's important? Yes or no? Or
super duper important.
Okay.
And the networking goes along with collaborating too. I remember Issa Rae, because I look up to her, but she had said it. She was like, think about networking like on your level. Don't think of it like a reach up thing. Like, oh, I'm trying to get on your coat. Who else is passionate on your level? And you.
I like that.
I loved it. When I heard it, I was like, that's how you network. Like, you really think of it like, and we all gonna come up together. You know, so.
I like that, because I would say some of my biggest opportunities this year was definitely just from people I knew, and it was just like they were doing things too, and just from us knowing each other, it was the opportunity to collab, or just, for example, college, meeting people, just knowing mutual people. But I like what you said, because networking can sound kind of like, I'm trying to go talk to people just so I can like get something out of them. But I like what you're saying, just being yourself, being natural. You never know who you meet.
You have to, yes.
Because I think it's overwhelming to people sometimes, like, you know, going to these events, and it's like, you know, I like what you said as well, like networking on your level. And so how are you guys' businesses helping your community?
I look at it mostly like I'm helping people.
Okay.
Like, someone needs something. That's how I cater everyone. I come in with that mindset, like, I just want to help somebody. Someone else, you know, they need what I can provide. So, you know, I look at it from that perspective.
And so talk about more in detail what exactly you're doing and how you're helping them.
Okay. I work in media production, so mostly with music videos, movies. I provide props, location scouting, modeling services, everything of that nature. Then too, transportation, mostly on the nightlife. And Friday through Saturday is my highlight moments. So, you know, like, if someone needs something, I provide that.
And so the smile on your face when you are providing those services, how does that make you feel?
It made me feel good because, you know, like I said, my mindset is to help people.
Right.
And to me, that's genuine. That's
right.
Genuine.
I like that. What about you guys? How's your business helping?
I would say one of the things with my business, I wanted to kind of take away like the stigma of natural hair in a way. Like a lot of people is like, my hair just nappy, I just can't deal with it. It's just too much. And it's like, I also wanted to bring the confidence factor for people to be comfortable in their hair, you know, not feel weird or feel different, and know that you can express yourself through your hair. So just people learning or wearing their hair more, or trying new styles, or they're like, oh wow, like this is working. That makes me happy, because it's like now they know something else that they can do to express their confidence or try a new style, and that can make them feel better. So that makes me feel good.
I like that.
So I would say definitely, because I have different services, I'll start with like Diamond and Drape. For me, that's a highlight for the culture and artistic expression.
I like that.
I love like cartoons. I love South Park. I love all of them. And I felt like we didn't really have one. Like, besides the Boondocks, there's not one where it's like black people in our culture, you know? Yeah. So on my show, like, I use people from Atlanta. Like Diamond and Drape, everybody there is like,
all the characters.
You know, all the characters. And the people voicing the characters, you know what I'm saying? And all of them are from Atlanta, and they might have, you know, hit me up. That's another networking thing, you know. They hit me up, and it might be their first time, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? We can learn together. Like,
it's actually like a cartoon that you do. Okay.
Yeah, it's a whole cartoon. So
I love it.
Yeah, and it's really funny. So yeah, that's one thing that helps me. And then I also do a lot of like boudoir photo shoots. I do photo shoots and videos as well. And like even that helps women a lot, like even with their confidence. I be trying to tell people, you don't have to hit your fitness goal to take a photo shoot. And people like have that, you know, people have that mindset. They be like, well, no, I'm gonna work out first. And I'm like, you can still work out and you can still take a picture after you work out. Like don't wait. Like, you look good now, and that's important. So for me, it's just like getting those artistic ideas out. We're our whole culture, we're artists, really. You know what I'm saying? We do a lot of different things, but people are artists, and I want to help bring those visions to life. Okay. That's pretty much what it is.
Okay, come here, promote your businesses. I love it. And so do you guys think it's important to have a vision for your business? And if so, where do you see your business in the next few years?
I'm gonna say this. I definitely think it's important, and I'll be real honest. At first, I didn't understand the value of like even a business plan. Like I remember being like, I'm just, I gotta make money first. Yeah, I'm gonna come back to the business plan. Take some time to do your business plan, because you'll be going, like some days you wake up as an entrepreneur and you're like, okay, what do I start on? It's all these different things, and maybe you didn't plan it out right. That business plan is like your template. Like, this is where you're trying to get in 5 years, and these are your things that you
along
need to
the way.
hitting.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So make your, it's the structure. That's like exactly what it is. So I would say that for sure.
I like that.
Have a vision, because I didn't start with a vision. I didn't start with a vision, and it was later on to where I'm learning all these things, and I'm just like, oh, I missed this part. I missed this part. It was just like I'm just trying to, when I started it was an idea, and it was something, I'm like, okay, well, I can start this, but I had nothing else. So later on, I was lost, and I'm, trying to backtrack, fill this part in, because I didn't have this part. So have a vision.
I like that. And so where do you see it in 5 years? What are you thinking?
I want to be able to live off. I will be able to live off my business without having to do other things. Let that be my income. So that's
I like that. What about you?
I could see myself like Curtis 50 Cent with this whole.
Ooh, okay. I can see his back.
Then on top of that, like the Airbnb of transportation. So
okay,
that's where I'm going with it.
And so, did you have a vision when you first started out, or?
It started off like, I'm big on giving people props, and you need somebody.
Right.
Like I had to humble myself and understand that I need somebody out here. So a lot of things that I provide, I was once in the shoes of those who, I was getting an opportunity from. Right. So, like it just started like that, and it just built up, and I became the plug.
Right.
Yes.
I like it. The plug. Okay. I like that you guys talked about that transparent moment of, a lot of people think that if I don't have a vision, I'm failing. So it's like, I think you should start with the vision, but like you guys said, if you're going through life and you're like, all right, maybe I need to backtrack, that's still fine.
Go backtrack. Just go backtrack.
Because you're going to make mistakes. And the best way to figure out, sometimes you don't know what you don't know.
Right.
So you got to go out there and do it and be like, oh, I need to go do this.
Right.
So the backtracking happens.
But at least you keep moving and keep going. So I like that. What are some risks you had to take to get where you are? Like everybody had to take some risks. Come on now.
That's a dark place.
You lose a lot of money chasing your dreams.
You do?
If you don't do your proper research on, how to invest your money and stuff like that, it can play a toll on you. It can play a big toll, but like I said, like perseverance, you just got to keep going. You got to understand this is what comes with it.
Right.
And, you got to enjoy it. That's how I look at it. Like, I learned how to just embrace it. Like, if I take a loss, okay, keep going. So.
I like that.
To me, it's like it's sacrifice at the end of the day. Like you just kind of think like, because the main thing is money. Like you're gonna, don't be scared to invest in yourself though. Like I'm a big believer in that, because when other people see it, they'll take you serious. So invest in yourself, but at the same time, it's like you miss family things. Like you can't make it everywhere you want to go. You might not be able to go out as much as you want to, because you have to put in almost like the education, that discipline, that class. You gotta sit there and do it. So that would be the hardest thing, honestly. You miss a lot of time with people. So
I like that.
Yeah.
And so are you guys currently working a 9-to-5 while chasing your dreams, or are you guys full-time entrepreneurs? Tell me.
I'm a full-time entrepreneur.
Okay.
I did, I used to work a 9-to-5, and then I just had that, coming to Jesus moment. Look. I'm not feeling it. So, and then that's when I start my journey. And I've been blessed to where pretty much on the journey, I've only done entrepreneur. Like I used to do Uber a little bit, but now it's pretty much just full-time, like my business. Yeah. But it's a process. So I like that you said that. People get into it thinking like, okay, I'm funny or this, that, and the third. In 6 months, it's like, no.
Right.
6 months, you'll be doing this.
But that's a risk, though. When you think about it, that's a risk, leaving your 9-to-5, trusting that, this will work out. And, sometimes the first time it cracks, and sometimes it's like, all right, we 6 months down, you know, what's going on? So I think that's a major risk.
It is, for real.
I would say I dibble and dabble.
Okay.
I might get a job for 2 weeks, might leave, might do some Instacart, might just, you know, chill on my lifestyle a little bit, you know, sacrifice certain things that I do like to do and just, you know,
Stack
and then,
up,
then I may go get a job again. But I would say do it how it fits for you. But I will say this, I don't commit myself to a job or something that I know is going to distract me or take all my time.
I like that.
If you're going to do something, you know it's going to take all your time, and you know your focus is your business, then don't take it. If you're going to be too tired, if you're not going to balance it out, then
yeah. That is true.
You will entrepreneur.
Oh no, you're fine.
I was saying, I tell people, do what you have to do.
Right.
You know, but me,
real.
I know when it don't want to feel like this, I like to do what I want to do. So
Same.
I do.
Yeah, that's what keeps you coming back. I like to do what I want.
I'm like, all right, Laura, we have been at this job 9 hours. Okay, I could be doing a lot in 9 hours.
But save.
Yes.
I will say save,
Definitely.
save, and put money back into your business. Do not live off of all the money you get from your business. Put it back. Some stuff you need to put it back for upgrading, new things, also taxes, all of that. Put some money back. Yeah. Put some money back.
Okay. So what advice would you give to someone trying to start a business in your industry?
First, be creative. Find something that is like, you know, an example of you. You know, that's the best product. Like, you know, giving an example of like what you do and, you know, more of your personality. Mm-hmm. That's how I got started into it. I realized I love to create and help people. That's the number one thing. I actually worked in the medical field as well.
Oh, wow.
Before then. So, you know, I kind of found that passion of me, like, you know, helping people. But when I started going into the entrepreneur route, it was more my thing and my way of helping someone. So, you know.
I like that. What about you guys?
Well, I have a question. So the transportation, are you transporting people? Is it more like, can you expound?
Mostly it's party buses, sprinters, things of that nature. You know, my clients, they can book for a time frame between like 8 at night to 12, or if you need to take a trip out of the city, you know, I provide that. But mostly I provide is for like the metro Atlanta area.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you're downplaying yourself a little. You worked with a lot of celebrities. Mm-hmm. So talk about that. You worked with a lot of major people. So talk about, you know, being on that platform and, you know, elaborate more.
Okay. I got to work with Young Thug. Got to do some of my business with him. Erica Amina. I got to work with her as well. So, you know, those like two of my top clients. Like I said, I got the chance to work with Jamie Foxx on the production side as well. Let's see who else. Lil Durk, Moneybag Yo.
Okay, where's the money?
You go on my Instagram, you can, you know, kind of see that. That's like, I tell people, you know, we had a discussion when we went off air, you know, keeping it real. You know, those like my receipts. I like that.
Right. And so when you landed those deals, how did that make you feel? Like, did you feel like, you know what, I made it? Like,
nah, I'm moving in the right direction.
I
try to stay humble, you know, stay on course. I don't try to, you know, throw my expectations so high that it overlap my reality. So, you know, I just try to, you know, keep going. Yeah, I try to keep going.
I would say find your niche. For example, like in the cosmetic field, what do you want to focus on? And I would say go in, like start building up. Like you don't have to come out with 3-4 products at once. You know, start off with your 1 or 2 and build your way up after learning more about different oils or just ingredients. Because it can go, you know, some people you trying to do too much. You trying to get in skin, you trying to get in hair, you trying to get in this, and it can really be a lot. Just learning how to work with ingredients, preservatives, and like messing up formulas and all that type of stuff. So I would really say just do your research, find your niche, and what problem do you want to solve, and also your audience. Who do you want to help? Because it can kind of get confusing.
Right.
And also don't be discouraged. Like a lot of people is just like, it's saturated, but shoot, everything can be saturated.
Exactly.
It's everybody in something. So I would say find your niche, find what you want to make yourself different, and go from there. But don't be discouraged.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
You gotta be brave. You being an entrepreneur.
Exactly right. It's not for the weak.
Okay. What I would say to anybody starting, number one, is to just start. You can come up with 1,000 reasons why you will not start. You're good enough.
Exactly.
You're good enough. Just do it. Because even when I first started, like I was telling you on camera, like I had that coming to Jesus moment. But before that, I had been telling people at my job all year. Everybody at my job who talked to me knew I liked to do photos, knew I liked to do videos.
I love it.
And they were some of my first clients. Because they was like, okay, well, I'll try. You know what I'm saying? And it really gave me that chance to kind of figure out. Because it's one thing to say you want to do something and think you can do it, but you got to have,
You gotta actually do it, right?
Yeah, you got to have that. So that really helped me. But that, and to honestly, if you're getting in my field, be ready to be fearless and pave the way. Because like we talked about, there aren't a ton of black animators. Right. If I'm being real, it's not a ton of black people in media production altogether. It's getting better, but it's small with animation. So you'll be paving the way a little bit. But if it's something you want, keep telling everybody you talk to.
Exactly.
Let them know what you do, because you never know who gonna tell somebody.
Exactly.
So it could be your Uber drop. Let everybody know.
I love that.
For real. Let them know.
Yeah.
Because you never know. I've learned from Uber. They told me what app to use. I was talking in an Uber one time, and he told me what application I needed to use to get started with animation. He was like, "This is the easy one," because I was gonna draw it by hand. Yeah. And then I learned the software. I had to learn it, but just even him giving me the name and stuff, I'm like, okay, like
that was a small, right?
It's a small blessing.
Yeah, I love
but when
that.
you know. So yeah, my biggest thing though is start. Don't come up with any excuses. I got a kid. I'm a single mom, and even I find time to do it. I don't care what you got going on. Schedule out that time.
Exactly.
Even if it's an hour a day, an hour a week, whenever.
Write that vision.
Right there. Yeah. So. That's what I say.
Okay.
Isn't that fun?
Right.
Fun.
Because it is fun. I think that people think, it is a lot of hard work. We're not saying that, but it is very rewarding and it's fun. Yeah. And so what does support look like to you guys? Everybody's support looks different. Reposting a flyer, investing into your business. What does support
say
look like?
that again? Every support looks different, and I had to learn that. So don't be mad at your your friends and family.
Right.
Don't do it how you want, but just tell them what you have going on. Like I'll throw premieres and stuff. I always invite people. I'm like, come out and look at it. But for me, it's about knowing what I'm doing and just being on the lookout. Whether if you come across somebody, they might speak on your name when you're not in the room.
Right.
Just what I'm saying. Just positive vibes all the way. But definitely come out, support, buy merch, whatever.
I like that.
My support comes from holding a good rep and doing good business. Like they're gonna pass that along. Like they know that I'm good for it. Look out. So that's kind of like my support.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel support can be different. Like you said, I feel like it depends. Yeah, because it really depends. For example, people in your personal life, you may hold a different standard of support. Right. And whether or not people want to admit it or not, you care about the people personally who supporting you a certain extent, So I will say it really depends, because I've cut people off, honestly, for not supporting my business. Yes. And let me tell you why, though. If you find yourself around people, or whether it's friendship or relationship, and you realize that they're not supporting where you're going, but you do see their support in other places, it's a problem. Because people will honestly see you wash yourself out or just not stand to your potential, and they fine with it, Right. So I don't know. It depends. It depends on who you're talking about.
Yeah. But they need to be support. Whoever it is, they need to find some type of support. Because I've had friends who, maybe they do spend money. Maybe y'all do break bread together. But they still not really in your corner.
Yeah, they're not in your corner. And can they really be your friend if they're not in your corner?
Right.
You're like, how long do you keep them?
Yeah.
Right.
It's true.
That is true. I mean, I think you have to have that uncomfortable conversation because, like you said, we can all say, I don't really care, but
You care.
I mean, if you were posting everybody else's
You
business,
don't
are you
forget.
buying
Yeah,
Chanel?
you're
Right. You buying Chanel?
You know me.
That makes
or even somebody else with a business because now some people, for example, if your friend do hair, maybe you don't like the way they do hair all the time.
I'm gonna let you know though, right?
Yeah,
but
let me know.
it's
Right.
small stuff. If you have a brand and I support your brand and you can't support mine, then it may be something off. It may be.
But I think that if that's your friend, shouldn't you be having those conversations? Because I mean, if I'm a friend, I'm like, hey,
yeah,
I like to
work
see
on
where
this.
we stand. That's how.
I'm
Yeah.
a watch.
Like, what's up?
Right.
Is it bad? Can you tell me I need to adjust? Like, what we doing here? Like,
Right. And
So you'll bring it up. You would, if you
I'll
felt
bring
like
it
for
up.
sure.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's good.
Me too,
Being-
yeah.
I've learned to be more transparent, but there have been times where I'm like, am I being sensitive? Like, I don't want to seem like I'm pushing it like buy my stuff.
I don't feel like buy my stuff, but
Yeah.
I'm watching you as a person, and also I'm watching your habits.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think that I don't know, I think you have to evaluate your circle because if we're friends, if I see you promoting something, I genuinely want to, come, or if I can't come, I'm like, hey, I can't make this. But it's like, if you genuinely care about that person, why wouldn't you want to support? Especially if I know you in name, brand, everything.
Yeah.
I'm like, they got under $20 budget. Like, what is going on here? Or even if you can't physically, you don't have finances with
you at least put my name somewhere.
Yes,
You
exactly.
share my name,
Exactly.
or you repost, because support isn't always money. It can be somebody leaving your name with somebody else and they come shop.
Right.
That's still support, but
And it's big support because you can't buy word of mouth. Somebody
Exactly.
if your friend come up and tell you about something, you're not gonna Google it and you be like, okay, my friend verified this.
That word of mouth.
That is true.
That word of mouth is a good one.
But I don't come back to my friend and it ain't what she said. I'll be like, you said they was professional. Bam.
It's your homegirl.
Right?
Bam.
Let's talk about it. And so what keeps you guys motivated on days you want to give up?
think about the days when you ain't have nothing. That's pretty much it. Like, that will keep me going.
Yeah. I think the progress you've seen you made is kind of like, I'm a little too far. I'm not at first base, but I'm a little further. So why would I go all the way back? So I guess just seeing that the progress you made in your business, you're like, okay, there's more progression to go. I can keep going. Today's just a bad day, and they are bad days.
There are
more than one.
And that's why I think you have to enjoy the journey too, because even when it's a bad day, I try to put it in the learning box. Like, you know what? Like, I just made like kind of a silly mistake with investing, but I'm a new investor, you know? So I was like, you know what? I'm put this in the learning box, looking at how much money I lost. You know? I'm not gonna count it like that. And sometimes when you first start off, you can't count up the money because you're gonna make mistakes. And then, but just take it under the chin, and you got to be committed. That's the biggest thing, because you're not going to feel like it sometimes, but just stay committed. That's what I would say.
I like that. I like that you guys really touched on you're not going to always have good days, because, I think that was the hardest thing for me. I'm like, even for people that are business owners, you might not get someone that buys your product for 30 days. What do you do? Like, how do you guys handle that?
What I would say is, so when I didn't have like that many clients, the biggest thing as an entrepreneur is to stay busy, because when you're not busy, your mind starts getting one, and then you start down yourself. Right. So I will plan events. I would do a photo shoot, and even if it's just my photo shoot, even if it's just me doing it, I'm just gonna stay busy. I'm always have content or just something going on, because now I'm busy with my stuff, and then eventually you only go so long before somebody reach out like, hey, I like that, So keep yourself busy. Do events. I don't care if you just started. Like, you can always do an event. Don't feel like you're too small to do something. Sometimes it's really in your mind.
It is.
Just do it.
It's crazy. Like some of the times where I'm really just like, okay, like, it's just, what's going on?
Right?
Like, what's going on? But it's crazy because that'll be the same day an order like pop up or something. I'm like, oh, well, let me just be quiet for a minute. But I would say, in the beginning when I didn't have a plan, so it was in the beginning of times where it was a lot of dry periods where I wasn't having consistent motion. Like, it was ever so often, maybe like one order a month.
Wow. Right.
And it was for a minute because I didn't have a plan. So when I finally found a plan and started networking, started creating content, start trying to build my Instagram, starting like, yeah, I had to build it up because I don't know what I was doing. I was just there. I really was just there. I was really just there. I didn't have a business plan. And somebody had reached out to me that I knew, and she was like, let me help you out with Instagram. Let's do a shoot. And it was crazy because she was someone who I went to school with, and she was trying to start something with her.
So y'all helping each other.
Helping each other. Because she like, let me help you out. Let me show you about this. Let me tell you about Reels more. Let me tell you about hashtags. Let me tell you about reaching out. Because I was just posting to post. It was no intense with my post. It was just a picture. It was nothing. Just a caption I made up, nothing like.
Just put it out there.
Yeah, like, Instagram just looking crazy. No, nothing.
So what's next for you guys?
Right now, I'm working on getting my realtor license. So I'm very resourceful out here. Like I said, like I got my hands in so many things with the production side, and you know, right now I'm working on my realtor license to kind of
have your own property.
Yeah,
I like that. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So I really want a studio. You know I love this space, but
Speaking to existence, we on the same
I'm gonna get my studio because I have been journaling about that. My studio, and to do more of a selfie museum and like have sets because I do props and everything. I do candy, all kind of props, and I want to just be able to do sets and like set it up, kind of like the selfie museum and stuff. And just with Diamond and Dre, I'm about to launch my my promotional campaign so more people see it and stuff. But basically, just staying consistent. I'm in that type of mindset. Like even though it's February and I kind of felt earlier like, oh my goodness, like we're almost done with the first quarter, and I'm like, I'm just now feeling back into it, and I'm like, you know what? I'll still get out your head because it's now. Don't worry about it's now. So that's just what I'm doing, being consistent.
Okay, studio, we on the same path. Let's speak it now, girl.
Yes.
I would say for me, more networking.
Okay.
Talking to more people and figuring out how to capture people. That's what I'm more into right now as far as online and just really reaching people. And what else? Investments too, but outside of my business, finding ways to invest my money that's more long-term and just different routes. But
I like that.
Yeah, having my suite, I think it's like been like a big sacrifice and something that's really had me like on edge and really just trying to figure it out because it was something where it's like, like really a suite, like I have to pay bills for this every month. This is something I got, I have to show up for this. I have to. So that has been something that's put me like on like a
can I do it?
But yeah, but it's been I'm going to have to figure it out. So
y'all are doing some amazing things. Thank you guys so much for coming on the talk show. Yes. I hope we inspire you guys at home. If you have a business plan, start that business. Make sure you tune in next week to another episode of Down and Dirty and follow me on all social media platforms at AybrielBTV. I'll see you guys later. Bye.
See you later.